spiritual as well as our life. And I seldom talk about this, and I don't know, except for once a month a year, I guess I talk about it. This is the first year I've shared the annual challenge with the Supersize Your Business group, though, because it's a framework I've been using forever. I've been teaching, not forever, but since a 7-part life framework since the 1970s, 1980s, when I first learned about it from Jim Rohn and Tony Robbins. And then I switched to a 9-part life framework in 2021 after I personally had had a couple of years of coaching on core skills and core values and things that I believed were important enough to add to my life framework. That means they were very effective for me and for other people, and I wanted to add them and make them a consistent part of how I show up in the world and what I do. Well, today's topic is spiritual ascension. And I found a great article by a lady by the name of Ashley Malilo, and I might not be pronouncing her name right, but it's a really good article. I'm going to go back and read it again today as I go through today's action item for the annual challenge group, because we're going to look at that list of 19 different stages or signs that we're ascending, that we're spiritually ascending. And there's a whole lot of woo-woo stuff around this topic, and you can take what works for you and leave the rest, just like we do with everything else, especially when it comes to our businesses. But I think that we can agree at this point in our foray into spiritual aspect of our life that our businesses are spiritual entities. They are entities in and of themselves. Even in the United States, they recognize businesses as separate entities if you set them up as such, right? And they're more than just us, right? Even if we started it as a solopreneur, or even as we grow, it's taken other people to join forces with us to create the businesses that we want to see in the world, the business that we have or want. So I'm just going to quickly share this list of 19 things. I encourage you to Google this article. That's where I found it. And ask yourself, what does this mean for my business? Does it mean anything? Where might we be as a business on these stages of development? Because we all want to grow and build and supersize our businesses. And part of doing that is better connecting with the people that we're here to serve, the people that are our ideal customers, our ideal clients, whatever you call them, our right fit clients, our perfect clients. Every marketer on the planet comes up with their own name for what they call the people that they most want to work with. So let's look at this list. I'm going to grab a magnifying glass. I'm just going to share the list. I'm not going to go into much description, if any. I do tend to pontificate, but I'm going to try not to so that we don't go so long. The first one is the hope for meaning. And I am going to think about each of these stages today and where I've felt it and experienced in my life and in my businesses. I think it's a little different for my personal life than for my businesses, because my personal experiences have been slightly different, yet are always impacting my businesses. So the hope for meaning is the first sign. Second, the catalyst, the big hairy breakdown. Yeah, I've had a few of those in my lifetime. The strange feeling, when you just get this weird feeling that something needs to change or is off. 4, magnetic pull toward the spiritual. 5, bizarre interests and seemingly unrelated curiosities, right? You're attracted to weird things that you've never been attracted to before. 6, seeking outsourcing power. 7, loneliness and reclusion. 8, pull toward nature. 9, ego questioning our own ego. 10, spidey sense. 11, stall out. I think of this like dieting in a plateau. When I hit a plateau and you're there for a while and you feel like you're just spinning your wheels and spinning in circles, you're doing the things that have worked up till now, but you just leveled out, and then all of a sudden you get a breakthrough. But there's that stall out period. 12, physical symptoms and emotional wavering. 8, am I crazy? Questioning our sanity. Was 13. 14 is misanthropic middle, where we just feel like we're stuck in the middle sometimes and that we don't fit. 15, sharpening of dreams and glitches in reality. 16, letting go. 17, call to be of service to humanity. 18, leap of faith. And 19 is an absolute shift in our reality and perspective and spirituality. A lot of this is woo things that ties to the planet going through a transition and a transformation from third dimension to fifth dimension. I'm not going to even pretend I understand all of that. I just know I've experienced a lot of these things on this list of 19, and I'm going to think about them today and consider what they mean for me with respect to my personal life for Be a Better You Annual Challenge, and with respect to growing and building and supersizing my businesses, because that's an ongoing project for me. Any questions about this, please hit me up and ask, and let's have a dialogue or a conversation about it. If you want, you can head over to school. I'm setting up a, right now, free for founding members, Supersize Your Business community, and I want to shape that community and make it a real community that everybody participates in, not just me talking all the time. I spent years doing that. It's time to hear what's important to you when it comes to building and growing and supersizing your business. If you're interested in that at all, it's a free community, free to join. Just put school in the comments below and I will send you the link and you can join me there and we can have conversations. I think we're going to have weekly calls, weekly Q&A calls. Maybe we'll do some happy hours and some coffees and things, because the older I get, the more I think business and life should be fun as well as educational and not just work all the time. All right. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.